a wild finish in a division matchup. An all-star fighting off another injury, and some big-name players trying to make their way back as well. And it's all going down this past 4th of July weekend, and a late happy 4th of July to everybody from us here at Buzz in the Box, to all of you out there, the home crowd. Some really frustrating news. Byron Buxton moved from his game in the first inning after sliding into second base. It's actually the first time he's been caught stealing since May 1st, 2024. So a little nod to a little Ricky Henderson success right there. Not that everybody's going to catch that record. So we're talking way over a year that nobody's caught Byron Buxton swiping second base. And it took an injury to slow him down. So not exactly 100% sure the severity of it just yet, but I think everybody would much rather prefer to have him in the All-Star game and be back in time for that. So the timing is just really unfortunate. He's batting .271 with 25 homers and 45 RBI in 75 games this year. So he definitely deserves to be there. So that really stinks for him. Let's see when he'll be back. Second time this year that his hip has been bothering him. Actually, that's what took him out of the game in the first inning against the Yankees. That was a little tough for him. The Twins did win the series in the Bronx thanks to yesterday's 6-1 victory. I think it was the first time the Twins won a series in the Bronx since 2015, I think, which is pretty crazy. And also yesterday, for some reason, Eury Perez was pulled after 7 perfect innings on Sunday against the Athletics. Marlins manager Clinton McCullough did make a comment about understanding the situation and his own going back and forth with himself, whether or not to do it or to preserve his arm for games down the road. They are like right there in the last wild card spot are the Marlins, if you can believe that. I'm pretty shocked, honestly. But some good guys hitting over there, like Liam Hicks coming out of nowhere, and Jacob Marcy not exactly doing what he was, but let's see if he can get coming around a little bit more soon. But Eury Perez, perfect through 7 innings against the Athletics. They would end up only winning that game by about 1 run. I think it was final score was 9-8 as the Marlins try to make a run at things. I don't know. For me, let the guy continue the perfect game. That's the way I feel about it. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts about that in the comments below. But Eury Perez taken out after 7 perfect innings. That's pretty much the biggest story. I know it's only his 3rd game back from injury, but he's been looking good. He was only at 92 pitches, so when they took him out, so it's not like he was at 100 or over 100 already. I think he could have gone a little more. But it's baseball, and you gotta do what you gotta do. And of course, that being that, and it being the Marlins bullpen first batter after Eury Perez comes out, they issue a walk. There goes the perfect game. They allow a base hit. Boom, there goes the no-hitter. Just like that, done, taken care of. How many times has that happened? Perez taken out after those 7 innings. So that was pretty tough for him. And they ended up winning 9-8. They barely escaped out of there with the win, honestly. If they ended up losing after taking out Perez, I wouldn't have honestly shed a big tear for him. Not saying they would have deserved that, or I'm like rooting against things to happen to anybody. Try to keep it positive, keep it professional. But man, oh man, would have talked about cutting off your nose to spite your face if that would have been a self-inflicted wound right there, if you ask me. Little nice weekend update as we wrap that up. The Marlins over the Athletics 9-8. Man, that was a close one. You should check out the details of that if you get a chance, because we got a lot of series results to get to right here. As a matter of fact, results from around the league for the wild 4th of July weekend. A lot of close ones, as a matter of fact. A good amount of rubber matches taking place on Sunday, so we're going to get you covered with that. And we do have the MLB All-Star Game coming up next Tuesday on the 14th, and we'll most likely have our video on that coming out the afternoon before that on Monday. We're going to select our star team, one player at each position for both leagues that could also have made the roster, that definitely deserved it. Not taking it away from anyone, but if we had an extra reserve space, these are like some of the guys we think deserve some more attention around the league, and we're also going to say that they should also be kept an eye on in your fantasy league. So a bit of a Swiss Army knife episode that we're going to be doing for you coming out soon. We're definitely not going to want to miss out on that. It has something for everybody. We're going to get pretty deep into a bit deeper into the metrics and stats, and so you can figure out if you want to go after these guys in your dynasty league. And so you're definitely going to want to check that out as we hit you with our series results, and then we get into another bit of Pittsburgh Pirates history, if you know what I'm talking about. It's pretty exciting for a guy that's also trying to become Rookie of the Year in the National League. So you're definitely not going to want to miss our Star video coming out right before the All-Star Game, which we will be going live for. It was the Orioles over the Reds this weekend. It was the Pirates winning the series over the Nationals. The Twins did win their first series in the Bronx since 2014. The White Sox and Guardians split 4 games as they still battle for the AL Central. That's getting real exciting. The Cardinals won their series over the rival Cubs. KC and Philly have their rubber match coming today, as a matter of fact. So we'll keep an eye on that. I believe that is just getting started right now. Rangers over the Tigers. The Astros won their series against the Red Hot Rays. Rockies won their series over the Giants. That's interesting. Brewers continue to stay solid as they won their series against the D-backs. The Marlins swept the A's over the weekend. The Dodgers took 3 out of 4 from those San Diego Padres, and the Angels swept by the Red Sox. The Angels have actually now lost 6 in a row, and it was Seattle over Toronto in their series, as Toronto was shut out in the last 2 games there. Man, not a good look for the Blue Jays. They're still kind of struggling a little bit as well. But there's the results as far as series results goes for you, as we tell you to check out our episode, our Star team coming out right before the All-Star Game. You're not going to want to miss that, I guarantee it. One thing that definitely wasn't missed was this stolen base by Connor Griffin, as made a little bit of Pirates history. Good bit for Connor Griffin and the Pirates, as he became the fastest player in franchise history, and this is going back a ways, to steal 20 bases to start their career since 1901. Man, that's a pretty nice performance right there. He's starting to heat up. It's getting hot in here, and that brings us to our next segment, as we're hitting our heat check right now after a hot 4th of July weekend. Got someone on here who was a little unexpected. Surprised to see as our buzzkill. Not having a bad year at all, but a very big presence missing from this team's lineup. As a matter of fact, it has been a residual effect on the other hitters. It seems a bit of a rough patch of production-wise for this Yankee outfielder, as they find themselves with just one. The Yankees find themselves with just 1 win in the last 10 games. They're falling fast. However, any team that loses the player even close to Aaron Judge's caliber and the respect that he commands in the box, they're going to take a bit of a hit. So we'll take this with a grain of salt. Don't want to make any excuses, though. We try to give it to you straight as possible without sugarcoating things around here. However, these are human beings at the end of the day, trying to do one of the hardest things in sports. We got to talk about it when they're not doing great, just like we got to gas them up when they're setting the world on fire. But it's time for the buzzkill. We have to have one, and unfortunately, we all know one. We all know one. Sorry. 774 OPS on the season is good. The 11 home runs on the year isn't bad, but considering the home games coming in Yankee Stadium, we definitely expected more home runs and a little more slugging at this point of the year. I'm talking about, of course, Cody Bellinger. Excellent walk rate with 50 walks compared to 53 strikeouts. He's also stolen 10 bases, so not saying to take him out of your lineup or anything, or saying you have to be concerned long-term at all. Just noticing an uncharacteristically poor stretch of play for him, as the Yankees are going to need him to get going to start any sort of momentum at this what's going to be a pivotal point of the season. He has 2 hits, including a double on Saturday, so not terrible. Like, not hopeless at the plate, but honestly, for him, the last couple of weeks or so, that's kind of been about it. Since July 17th, which is about, I think, the last 17 games or so, he has 3 doubles and 1 home run and only 3 RBI. So you're going to need a lot more production than that, especially power-wise, from somebody in the middle of that lineup. 1 walk compared to 7 strikeouts in the last 6 games for Bellinger, so we don't want to see that ratio being on the wrong side for too much longer. He can't keep that up a lot longer, sustaining that with the lack of extra base hits, because that's when his production can, in fantasy, in points leagues where you get strikeout penalties, where that can kind of come back to hurt you. Especially, you don't want to see that when we know it can be a strength of his. So not great, especially that could kind of hurt you in the matchup later in the week. So unfortunately, last 9 games for Cody Bellinger, only 3 hits. Just 1 of those was an extra base hit. 0 home runs and 1 RBI in that stretch is not what the Yankees need right now. Without Aaron Judge, we know he can do better, and I think he will soon enough. But sorry for now. Today, Cody Bellinger. You are our buzzkill. And there you have it. Got to do it. Sorry. Gonna do a quick little double dip, as a matter of fact, with the certified dog today, because we just have to. It's been Junior Caminero the last couple of times, and I don't want to have him hog all the glory, although he deserves it. We will be going with somebody else today, but Junior Caminero has not been slowing down at all. With an astounding 11 home runs in his last 12 games. It's really hard to match power like that. He must have spent a lot of time in the hyperbaric time chamber from Dragon Ball Z. There's no other explanation for it. To show you just how good he's been recently, he has 20 hits in his last 58 at-bats, and more than half of those have left the ballpark with the 11 home runs in the last 15 games. He's batting .345 with a slugging percentage of over 900. That's unreal. Just unreal tournament right now for Junior Caminero. If he was playing the ball right now in the field, he's getting ready to hit home plate just about every time. He'd be good to go. Let me tell you right now. There's actually been a couple of guys that we're going to give the nod to. That we're not going to have multiple certified dogs, but a couple of people unexpectedly have been having quite a good stretch at the plate recently. But with Junior Caminero over the last 15 games, batting .345, slugging percentage over 900. That's beyond unreal, and Junior Caminero is and still is and continues to be a certified dog. Let's go. One more certified dog who's been crushing it to make it a full-on dog pound today. We're going to do a quick shout out to Jake McCarthy, who's been swinging a hot bat right now, and Brandon Lau for the Pirates. I think he just had a 3-run home run yesterday, so shout out to them as well. But right now. Michael Harris of the Braves, an amazing weekend. Can't be a homer here. Got to keep things fair. Try to be about every team and any player on this channel. And Michael Harris feasting on the Mets. He has only about a 230 career average against the Mets, but get this. I think almost half of his career hits against them have come 4 RBIs, so clutch situations, and very good hitting with runners on is Michael Harris against the Mets especially. Currently working on a 5-game hitting streak. He has 9 hits in his last 5 games. This past series against the Mets, he went 7 for 14 with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs, reinforcing why so many of his hits against them have come and produced runs. That's enough evidence to show that he can really rake. His last 5 games hitting over 400 with an OPS over 1,000 and just cracking a couple of home runs with some extra fireworks for this 4th of July weekend for Michael Harris. Guess what? You are a certified dog. Let's go. Gonna hit some injuries news now. Unfortunately, we mentioned Byron Buxton injuring his hip, leaving the game, sliding into second base. Jazz Chisholm left his game for the Yankees with the toe injury. The Brewers are sending starter Brandon Woodruff back to the IL with shoulder inflammation. He was doing pretty well, too. That's sad to see. Jose Ramirez is getting ready to start batting practice rather quickly after getting hand surgery. And Dodgers closer Edwin Diaz and White Sox slugger Munetaka Murakami are all getting closer and closer to Major League game action. So that's a pretty big news, I feel like. So I think they might be back right after the All-Star break. We're going to get through our last licks here now. Before we get out of here, some quick housekeeping, though. If you made it this far, thank you so much for supporting us, continuing to learn and grow with us. Please, on your way back to the clubhouse, like this video and share this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It means so much to us to stay up to date with Major League and some big prospect news all the time, some call-ups, fantasy baseball talk and advice, prioritizing deep dynasty points leagues. You'll definitely want to subscribe and come along for the ride if you are in one of those leagues for sure. So feel free to share this channel with anyone that's interested in not just Major League Baseball, but fantasy baseball as well. We really appreciate all the love and support. It means more than you know. I promise you that. We will officially be going live here on YouTube for parts of the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game, TikTok possibly as well. Stay tuned, of course, for our Some Star Team video coming out, as I previously mentioned. We don't want you to miss that one player for each league at each position that is quietly under the fantasy radar that you can add to your lineup and possibly trade for, but can also be given the nod for the All-Star Game. So a bit of a, like I said, Swiss Army knife episode, something for everybody here at our channel. We try to cover all aspects and every team, any player or team we didn't mention or talk about enough. Let us know down below in the comments. We always appreciate hearing from you, the home crowd. You can also check out our TikTok. The link to that is on our page here and vice versa. We use that and our shorts here on YouTube to do one of our new standing board update multiple times during some weeks. So that's been another fun little wrinkle that we're adding to our repertoire as we continue to make ourselves at home here in the new foxhole right now. Busy day for us today, as we also have a Buzzline Edition video coming out for you at some point tomorrow, as well as including 3 prospects throughout all different levels of the minor leagues that you're going to want to add to your short list for your next first-year player draft. Or if it's somebody that you have on your roster already that we'll mention, you'll know it's somebody you might want to hold on to or that can bring in quite the haul in a nice trade package in your dynasty league, depending on where you are in the standings and your personal needs, of course. Let's get through our Mets moments quick. As they haven't been doing well, of course. They have the last game of their 4-game set against the Braves tonight. It will be Freddie Peralta against Reynaldo Lopez. Might take so if you're doing that kind of thing, you might want to consider the over on that. This game can go either way if you ask me. Mets are looking to tie the series with a much-needed win against those Braves tonight. Mets are 3-7 in their last 10 games, still about 11 and a half games out of the wild card spot, and have a homestand against the Royals and Red Sox coming up. One pitching matchup I do like for tonight. That could be a nice duel. It's a big series between two teams atop the AL East right now, between the Rays and Yankees. It's going to be new Yankees ace Cam Schlittler, Killer Cam, against Griffin Jax, who's been an absolute revolution as far as a reliever being stretched out into starters that many people have been doing the past few years, and not many people have been doing it a lot better than Griffin Jax right now. That could be an exciting matchup for tonight in the Trop. That's going to pretty much do it for us here today. You can put it in the books. Hope it was a fun and safe 4th of July weekend, as we now have our eyes toward the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game. We will be going live for part of both of those events, so you'll definitely want to check that out, and check out our Buzzline edition coming out tomorrow. Can't miss prospects that will be in the major leagues sooner than later, doing a lot of damage, and hopefully for your team, not against you, because we want you winning your fantasy matchups by 100 points. Trust me, it can be done, and we want you dominating the standings and to keep you in the know, and to give you a legs up in your fantasy, and especially these deep points dynasty leagues. So thanks again for joining us on this Monday for Buzz in the Box. I'm Mauro Bizzario. We'll catch you next time.